I'll make that. All right, boys and girls, you see the ferry behind me. You know exactly where we are. We're in the beautiful, picturesque Gozo, Malta's sister island, to talk about a very criminally underrated, underappreciated foodie hotspot, Mġarr Harbour. Now, if you wipe away the veneer of dust and a bit of sea salt, you'll find a very rich history, a strong culture, some colorful characters, and of course, some incredible food. Today, we're gonna take you around this area and show you some of the secret hotspots that you need to visit next time you come to Gozo. We've just stepped off the ferry and the legends over at E-Cabs have just expanded to Gozo. So we've got our trusty E-Cabs waiting for us, AC'd up, it's clean. I'm excited to get in there and get out of this heat and get exploring. Now, of course, we had to start off with an icon of Mġarr Harbour, an actual institution. Behind me, we've got Glen Eagles. Now, this place has been around since 1732. It was actually raised by Grand Master de Velena next to a tavern. It used to be a bit of a shack, a stopping point for passengers traveling to and fro from Malta and Gozo. It's run by a character, a local legend. We're about to go meet him and try one of his famous drinks. So here we are, guys, in the iconic, the very famous Glen Eagles. Today we're here to talk to one member of the Grech family, Tony Grech, who's currently running Glen Eagles.
This place has been here since 1732. And I've been here 55 years.
It was still a wooden bar,
It was a wooden bar. It was bombed during the war. But luckily nobody died in here because it was in the morning and they were away in the shelters. And the plane came and bombed the bar and bombed the ferry.
We've got Denzel Washington on your wall. What's Denzel Washington doing in Gozo right now?
Well, the author used to live over here. It was called Man on Fire. It was Philip Nicholson.
And he used to come here?
I used to come every day.
What did he used to drink?
Vodka. Gallons.
So obviously this place, if you go back in history, was used as the passenger terminal for ferry users, right?
Yes. The ferry started in 1885. And here was like a waiting place for the visitors to cross over to Malta.
I'm gonna cheers to you. I'm gonna have a drink for myself.
Yes, cheers.
Cheers.
To your head. Nice meeting you.
That's the classic Glen Eagles gin and tonic. It's like 11 a.m. and I have no regrets right now. Okay, so I've had a nice drink with my friend Tony here in Glen Eagles, but I think I'm working up a little bit of an appetite. So I'm gonna get on to the next location and get my eat on. You know, it's really crazy. Like, you get off the ferry, you've come from Malta, and you just drive away from Mġarr Harbour, even though there's so many quality restaurants here. People don't take the time to appreciate the beauty of this little port.
We're very famous over here for the crudi, pasta vongola, the fresh fish. We have local fishermen. They come in, they bring the fish directly to us. Gozo, it's amazing. It's a beautiful island.
Okay guys, so we are at Tatuana and I've got quite a bit of artwork in front of me. So we've got their crudi right here, and as you can see, this is insane. Like, I want to frame it and put it up on a wall. I'm not even sure if I should be eating this. Welcome to Mġarr Harbour. Okay, nice. So there's cucumber in here. There's also the kiwi. I've never had kiwi with tartar before. It's a very, very nice sweet touch. Now, let's get a bite of this beautiful focaccia. Look at that, perfectly baked. You know, I love this road. I mean, you've got all these restaurants, Sicilia Bella, Veranda, Sammy's Baracca, of course, Tatuana, where we've just been. Now we're heading on to another second generation family-run restaurant. Yo, it's crazy out here. You know, there's really something special about walking through the different parts of Mġarr Harbour. I mean, you've got the colors, the sights, the smells, the sounds all around you. But it doesn't end there. You've got the history as well. We've got the British-built Fort Chambray right in front of a beautiful woodland area, something you don't really see anymore in Malta. You've got this Gothic church smack dab in the middle of Mġarr Harbour when you enter here. I mean, there's something to be said about the flavor of food surrounded by so much history. Or maybe it just tastes so good because of all the sea salt. Guys, here we are at Tmoon. It's a very, very special little restaurant in Mġarr Harbour. We're speaking to head chef Paul Buttigieg. Now, this is a family-run restaurant. Paul, I know you guys place a very strong emphasis on seasonal products, things that are in the right season. Why is this so important to you?
It's important. I mean, you know, why should you fly in something from, I don't know, Australia or Argentina, or you know, when we have the best produce here? I mean,
You were recognized by Michelin not once, but for a second year in a row. Were you expecting that?
not really. I mean, the first year came as a big surprise. You know, really wanted to get the second, you know, the second year, because it means, you know, that you're consistent. We try our best, and we just like to make customers happy.
We've got the seasonal, in-season asparagus with a beautiful poached egg and some polenta. A very nice mix of textures. So this is a very interesting take on, I guess, fish and chips. Without the chips, I guess you could say. This is local monkfish, tempura battered. Wow, that's delicious. That's stunning. We just left Tmoon. We're about to hit up 180. As you can see, we're about to hit up the marina area of Mġarr Harbour. A little bit fancier, a little bit more bougie, but I still have space in my tummy for some food, so let us get it on.
I am not Gozitan, but I love Gozo, and the passion dates back to when I was very young.
You used to visit here a lot?
We used to come here, my parents used to get us here, my family, to Gozo. We ended up opening a restaurant.
Exactly.
In
So
Gozo, and not only opening a restaurant in one of the best spots on the island. This particular outlet here is inspired by Sicilian, local of course, and Mediterranean cuisine.
okay, wow, 180 have provided us with 5 little plates of deliciousness, very tapas style, very Mediterranean influenced, of course. Let me just grab this bad boy, a little bit of wasabi. Wow, this looks really good to me. Check this out. It might look like an American burger, but it's a soft shell crab. Inside, got some pickles. And don't mind if you get messy. Episode 1, we went to Marsa Schlock. Very fishy flavors. Interesting over here, even though the fish is just as fresh, it's not in-your-face fishiness. It doesn't taste like you just went for a swim and then got some water. Now guys, there really is no bad way to end the day in Gozo, but this next location is renowned for its spectacular views. And considering this whole area has spectacular views, I'm excited. One thing about Mġarr Harbour is obviously anyone who comes to Gozo passes through here. But oftentimes people just literally pass through, keep going to another town, and they don't take the time to explore here. What do you think is so special about Mġarr Harbour?
Having a marina is very important because it brings a different kinds of market that is removing as well better the insularity. But we are losing our traditions, we are losing our culture. We used to look at the Mġarr Harbour, seeing more fishing trawlers, seeing more fishing boats there. We are losing the typical Maltese or Gozitan boat which our ancestors did travel to the island.
So even though there's so many restaurants next to each other, there's a lot of cooperation, supporting each other.
A lot of people say, but there is another restaurant opening, so what? That brings more people to the area and they're thinking, oh look, we've never been to that restaurant, okay? So they're coming to you the next time. So we are working it together, we need to work together. We need to bring more people to the area.
All right guys, so right now we're about to go to a very beautiful, a very special little church. You've probably seen it a million times coming to Gozo. Maybe you've never entered it. This is the Madonna of Lourdes Church, and we're about to meet a very special man who's dedicated a lot of his time to the upkeep of this place. U kemm ilek tiġi hawnhekk?
Inni 10 snin naħseb jien. In-nies jiġu minn għadix kollha, anke Malteni kien hawn, anke turisti jiġu.
Għandkom il-Gargora hawnhekk hux?
Għal fuq il-kamp nar dak, biex titla' fuq nipel minn hemm fuq. Imma llum bil-ħbula, tagħmel kollox.
Guys, it would not be a Maltese or Gozitan church without a beautiful tight Garagor staircase whirling its way upwards. we've been given access to the top of the church. Let's go upstairs and see what it looks like. Okay, so we're at the top of the Madonna of Lourdes church. The view is spectacular, but what's really interesting is you see this church when you come off the ferry. You probably don't know too much about it. This place was built in the 1800s, so it goes back away, and is actually dedicated to the Madonna of Lourdes. It was built after someone had actually built a sculpture of the Madonna. It was blessed, and within years they had built this chapel. It's built in a Gothic style, in fact. That's why it's so spiky from far away. And as you can see, we've got 5 epic bells right here, and in fact, I'm gonna be a little bit naughty. I'm gonna hit that. Okay, that is loud, that is very loud. Probably back in the day, fishermen would have heard that and, you know, returned to land. I hope we didn't ruin any fishing routines. We're gonna run downstairs again before the guy gets mad at us for, you know, playing with his bells. All right, boys and girls, as you can see, the Lovin Streats tour of Mġarr Harbour is officially over. I do hope we were able to show you what a rich culture, history, and tradition we've got right in the area. You don't even have to go into Gozo. Next time you pop over to the sister island, take a second and explore Mġarr Harbour. Now for me, the name is very obvious. I have found this place to be very impressive. Let me know in the comments below. Did I miss anything in Mġarr Harbour? And which location, street, town, secretive area deserves to be included in a future episode of Lovin Streats? Let me know. Until next time, this has been your very hungry host, Jonathan Chilia, and we are out.